Hello, movie fans, and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Have you ever watched a movie and asked yourself, what exactly was the point of that? Why did this story need to be told? Well, those were my exact thoughts after watching Elizabeth Banks' new movie, Skincare. So, let's talk about it. Skincare follows famed esthetician Hope Goldman, who is about to take her career to the next level by launching her very own skincare line. However, she soon faces a new challenge when a rival opens up a boutique directly across from her store. Suspecting that someone is trying to sabotage her, she embarks on a quest to unravel the mystery of who's trying to destroy her life. Although Skincare is technically a fictional story, it is loosely based on the real life of facialist Dawn DeLuise, who was embroiled in a murder-for-hire plot of a fellow competitor in the business.
I ran and operated the Dawn DeLuise Skin Refinery for 19 years. My business was very successful within the Hollywood community. All of a sudden, a neighboring business owner took residency 2 doors down from me. At around that same time, a gentleman crossed my threshold as a new client who would end up stalking me, and I had reason to suspect that it was this neighboring business owner.
And that right there might be reason enough for a film to exist, right? To tell an intriguing, somewhat true crime story. I mean, there are tons of these types of movies and TV out there that exist in this same genre. But something about Skincare rings so disingenuous. None of it feels rooted in any sort of reality, and it also comes off like it is constantly struggling with an identity crisis from the moment it begins. Although it is billed as a thriller, Skincare also feels like it is attempting to be a meditation on fame and fortune, a satire on the lives of people trying to make it in Los Angeles, a madcap ensemble crime drama, and also a character study of a woman slowly losing her mind in the midst of a career-defining moment in her life. Unfortunately, it fails at pulling off any of those things, especially at being any sort of thriller. I think this is the case of a screenplay written by 3 different men, which is odd for an independent film like this, having no clear vision or focus, and it ends up being a garbled mess because of it. My biggest complaint is that we never truly understand who Hope Goldman is.
All right, now I'm sure some of you are wondering, who is this woman?
Or ever get into her psyche. If this lead character was fleshed out more, I think a lot of my issues with Skincare would have been more minor than completely detrimental. As Hope, Elizabeth Banks is giving it her all, and I see why this role spoke to her. On paper, it would seem like this would be such a meaty role for the jack-of-all-trades actress. And while Banks does go for it in her performance, Hope really lacks any sort of substance. Characters constantly talk about what a life Hope Goldman has lived and all of the things she has gone through, but we never actually learn anything about her backstory. Even by the end, this woman is still an enigma, so it's extremely difficult to be even remotely interested in her plight. Skincare also has an ick factor.
Didn't think I could get through one more morning after ick attack.
That was just really hard to ignore for me. There was something extremely unpleasant about watching this movie that I had a really hard time putting my finger on. And I think it's the fact that nearly every character in this movie is unbearably insufferable. And I get it. The screenwriters are trying to make a statement about the culture of LA and the people in it who are always trying to get ahead. But there was just no reprieve here from all of the inane and appalling behavior. Not even Pose's MJ Rodriguez, who is supposed to be the level head to Banks's character, can pull this off. And it also doesn't help that nearly every man in this movie is a misogynistic, self-aggrandizing prick.
Men suck.
Yes, it's that type of movie. I wish I could say that skincare ended up in a place that was even mildly interesting, but by the end, I was so tuned out and turned off that I couldn't care less what happened to Hope Goldman or her waning career. If I could find any bright spots in the movie, there are a few moments here and there, like one with a classic Katy Perry bop in the background, or another where a mysterious character is seen home alone in his mansion singing karaoke, that felt like the filmmakers actually knew what type of movie they were making in that scene. There are glimpses of this throughout Skincare where the tone and messaging actually coalesce and make sense, but they are so few and far between that they are sadly obsolete. It's been a while since I've seen a movie with as much squandered potential as Skincare. I was honestly really intrigued by this movie from the trailer. But IFC Films has produced a rare stinker for their banner here. This is a misguided mess of a production that has so much it wants to say, but never gets to saying anything at all. I would skip this one at all costs. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. What are your thoughts on Skincare? Were you as repelled by this movie as I was? What is your favorite Elizabeth Banks film? Sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, my friends, take care.